everyone. This is Kelly Gladden with the Gladden Show, and I'm here with the infamous, or should I say famous,
problematic,
former policeman from Tehachapi that was fired.
Yes.
Peter Graff.
Yes.
How's that a way to lead it in?
Thank you for having me. That's perfect and all applicable. So.
You know what? I don't think I've ever met a fired policeman.
Fired? Well, you probably never will. Yeah. This was just a policeman. No, but yeah, I was a former police officer for the city up there. And
it's really not a laughing matter, but, you know, we can laugh about it
if
now.
we don't laugh about it, though,
we'll be crying. So, a little bit of the background. You were employed for Tehachapi City Police.
Yes, I was employed as a police officer at the city of Tehachapi for 9.5 years. Actually, for the first almost full year, I was a reserve officer, and I did it for free. Worked a full schedule, did everything for free. And then for 5.5 of those years, I was a canine handler.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah, it was a beautiful gig. Loved it.
We had Bob the dog in yesterday, canine dog.
Yeah. My girl, Kea, she was my partner.
Aww.
And highly, highly protective. Did not like anybody by the car.
Yeah.
She would just go crazy if anybody even came by my window or anything.
Isn't that funny?
But just totally protective. And she's still the same way. She's got to be touching me all the time. She's at home now. She's with me, so.
I'm disappointed. You could have brought her.
Oh, you know, I almost did, actually.
Yeah.
I was going to send you a message.
I'll have to have you come back.
Yeah, she may tear up your cords and stuff.
Well, it's funny, the canine dog that was here, I guess it was on Wednesday, doesn't normally make noises, very well behaved. And I would pet it, and it would go, wow. It was really funny.
Well, that was a service dog.
Yeah.
So a little different than I
guess
it
was
the
a
police
service.
dog.
Yeah, she's been out of the game now for about
I guess.
about 4 years. So, you know.
It was a dog.
It was a dog. The term canine is not necessarily as a police dog. So.
Yeah, canine. It was a canine. It was a dog. You know what? This is a rough gig. Goose is a plethora of information over there, and he likes to correct me at any chance he can get.
Hey, jump in, man. If you got something, bring it to the table. You know, but with my partner, you know, she's mellowed out now. She's been home now for close to 4.5 years and not working. We got out of the regular routine of training and agitation and searching. But you know, she'll still go. You know, one word to command, and she's gone.
Right.
Matter of fact,
you can use her to search your children's friends for drugs.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it actually happened. But no.
I love to talk about our children.
Yeah, right. But my brother-in-law actually didn't think. He's actually a Slow County sheriff.
Okay.
And he's actually putting in for canine right now. And he
Nice.
didn't think my dog would still go. And I said, dude, all I got to say is one word. So I gave him the sleeve and a bat. And I said, go stand in the front yard and start yelling at me. So I came out to the door and I had her on lead and I sent her and just tore him up. So it was beautiful, man. So, proved him wrong. She could still go. Yeah, but I was there for 9.5 years and ultimately some badness caught up to me.
You did the right thing.
Yeah, I did. There was some hurdles in the beginning with some involving some officers several years ago, and myself and another officer brought that forward. Unfortunately, you know, we all settled out of court and let everything lie. But unfortunately, the city administrators, and particularly the city manager, Greg Garrett, he wasn't going to let it lie.
Right.
And because I embarrassed him, actually his actions embarrassed him by them not responding with how they should have responded. But that being said, it was a long-term harassment, and then they hired Chief Krager.
But before we get too far ahead, people are probably wondering why you're fired. This is shocking.
Well,
underage drinking, and you reported it?
Well, that was the catalyst. That was the beginning back in the day. And like I said, they just hired Chief Krager, Kent Krager. He came from LA County, and his name was the headhunter. I guess he liked to fire people down there. So if they had a problematic officer, they sent him down Antelope Valley, and they got fired there by him. So the city hired him, and he essentially fired everybody. There's a whole brand new department in there. And everybody there either got...
What a waste of taxpayer money.
Sure.
I mean, you have to retrain you have to...
Yeah, everybody there got stressed out, walked out, fired, left on medical. Wow. It was just absolutely horrible what they did to those people and their families. But that was his job. He was there to come inside there and clean everybody out. You know, and I even joked with him one day too. I said, Chief, we're going to fill these 2 spots. And he goes, yeah. And we had 6 people. I said, we need 6 people for 2 spots. Little did I know that one of those 6 were going to be for me. So, and ultimately he just chopped us all down.
Right.
Chopped us all down. And he even told me, and I'm not sure what your cursing policies are on here, but
it's the internet, so go for it.
okay. But he even told me one day, since his period there, I was involved in 3 internal affairs investigations, and they're just completely frivolous stuff you wouldn't even talk to a cop for. But on the 3rd one, he finally gets up, and we're leaving his office. I sign off that it's all unfounded, as were all the others. Ridiculous stuff.
Right.
And he goes, hey, on the next one, I'm gonna fucking get you. I'll do it. And that's exactly what he says to me. And I'm like, yes, sir. So I walk out, and sure as heck he did. They hired 4 private investigators to go through everything of mine.
And how much did that cost?
About $100,000 of city's tax dollars.
Were you testing positive for drugs?
No.
Were you stealing?
I did absolutely nothing.
Were you running a sex trafficking ring?
Not that I was aware of.
Unbelievable.
No, yeah, and they came after me, and what these 4 investigators came up with, along with Kroger, was the chief. These 6 really frivolous allegations. One of them was theft of gas from the Love's gas station up there, and that turns out that wasn't even me. So I wasn't even involved in that incident. Another one was an elderly person who had signed over her trailer to her boyfriend, and they said that was elder abuse. That's her boyfriend. They lived there together. So, I don't know how that applies
Dismissed.
to elder abuse, but the other one was not taking a bicycle frame.
Was he young?
He was 59.
Okay.
And she was 67.
Oh no, that's not.
It's not like she's robbing a cradle or something. Yeah. But
I have a friend that's in her 60s dating a 20-year-old.
It's cougar right there.
I mean, I'd rather date somebody. A lot of you have glasses. Why would you date somebody with good eyesight? Young kids have good eyesight. The older you get,
right? That's part of the questions. Do you wear contacts?
I know. My face is soft. Use your hands.
just fill me out, literally. Sweating over here. But back to those allegations. Yeah, the one of them was not taking a bicycle frame into custody and putting it into the evidence room. That actually belonged to a person who lived there, and I said, I'm not going to remove their property from the home.
Right, because you knew that it was their right.
So basically what happens was I take these people involved with these allegations, and I take them to 2 separate city council meetings. And they go up on open mic, which is 3 minutes, and any person can come up and talk.
Right.
And so they come up, and I stage them perfectly right in front of the line. And they all look at me, and I said, now go up there and get in line. And so they go to open mic, and they say, hi, I'm here to support Officer Graff, because it was like 450 people in the room. It was stacked down the hallway.
Right.
And these people said...
That's why I said infamous or famous.
But they said, they go, hi, I'm allegation number 1. I've never spoke to you before, any one of your investigators. I'd like to know why you fired him. Hi, I'm allegation number 2. And it just so on and so. I mean, they couldn't get any lower in their chairs.
Wow.
So that being said, shooting down all their allegations and everything, there's your answer and why I had told you earlier. I've had made 19 requests to city council to be heard for reinstatement, and they haven't responded to any of them.
Now, don't we have any laws or
nothing?
Nothing. Can we
It's
call Trump?
It's their. I wish. It's their policies that they're violating. So, I mean, and who's going to hold the city manager accountable for violating his policies that he put into play?
Well, why don't we call?
He's the tyrant. He's the tyrant, and that's why we
what
need
was
Trump.
his name again?
Greg Garrett.
So, have you guys thought about sending 400 people to protest in front of his house?
Well,
we have jobs and we're the wrong.
Well, sure. Here's the big picture.
We can call Saros and hire him.
Right, he's got plenty of little Antifas running around.
Speaking of that, okay, I don't understand this. Okay, as a policeman. Okay, so they passed a law that the KKK can't cover. There's a law that you can't cover your face. Mm-hmm. So as a policeman, if you're seeing Van Afta people, Antifa. I just make stuff
Antifa.
up. See, it's Gooses over there making fun of me. I'll call them Gus.
Anti-fascist.
But how come they can wear masks?
They're not.
Well, why aren't you arresting them?
Well, because I'm not there.
No, but why are we so worried about you?
No, they do. Most departments.
$100,000 wasting money.
I know, right? Most departments and like universities where most of these little excursions take place, they have implemented municipal codes that prohibit them from covering their faces, so they can't enter the venue.
But they're outside. You're not allowed to do it outside either.
Well, if they can relate them to the venue, then the local authorities can go after them as well.
Right. Maybe we should do that.
You're chicken. You cover your face. You want to scream what you're about, but you don't want to let anybody know who you are.
It's just so crazy.
How strong are you on your opinion when you gotta hide?
So what do you think about non-ICE members wearing ice hats to rallies?
Non-ICE members?
Employees.
Well, I mean, you can buy pretty much any hat you want online. So
my husband sent me a plethora of hats.
There's probably.
I go, are you trying to?
There's probably FBI, ICE, and.
No, I have ICE. I have a shirt that says support ICE. I go, are you trying to get our life
Now, do you have a black hat with actual ice cubes on it?
No, it looks like a real ice hat.
I support ICE with the ice cubes.
I know, that's funny. I could go out. Okay, that's really good. We could go get bags of ice.
Yeah, I support ICE. Literally, I'm holding it right now.
Oh, what a great
supporting
idea.
ICE.
Yeah, we're gonna go. So you know what? I have a question.
What's
Being a policeman, you had a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So when they fired you unjustly, and shame on him for not taking you, but I mean, we should. That's another show. Maybe I'll get them on.
Yeah, well, they won't respond to anything.
Yeah.
Because even when I come up on open mic on anything, they're like this, stone face. None of them respond, and even if they're thinking about responding, they look at the city attorney. Don't respond. They just will not even peep a sound at me. So
why are the people from Tehachapi re-electing them?
They're not. See, the city administrators, your city manager, your chief of police, these are all at-will employees. These are all at-will administrators. Right. And the council, they're council hired. And when the council hires these persons, and you have to look at our council now, and you knew one guy, Ed Grimes, he just passed away.
Yeah.
Yes, God bless him, and I hold nothing against Ed. I wish Ed would have stuck up for more. It was more morally and ethically sound, but I also understand the survival world that they're in, as far as politics.
But you know what? It's really, I don't.
Well, and
I think you should do the right thing.
Sure.
If you do the right thing all the time, or try to do the right thing, God blesses you.
Sure, and you know what? You're absolutely right, and I want to back or retract if I can, because Ed should have known to do the right thing. That sounds better. And like my other brothers and sisters who are still at the police department, they want to do the right thing, but they actually won't react because of fear.
Right, because they have families to feed.
Exactly. I understand, because they saw what went through. I mean, we had to almost file bankruptcy and everything. We were losing everything, property, everything else. And and
did you lose your gun permit?
Well, not my gun rights, but I lost my ability to carry a concealed weapon. And I put thousands of people in jail. And I mean, heaven forbid somebody comes out and wants to retaliate against me.
Wow. But I'm sure you can take care of them in other ways.
Well,
Aren't there 42 ways to kill someone?
We'll go home safe.
I get a lot of military guys. It's never the same number.
We'll go home safe.
My husband has this thing with knives all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like he's ordering knives, like collector knives.
Knives are good, but they can also hurt you too.
No, I mean like huge. I mean, I have knives, I have swords and everything. And we have a safe room upstairs and downstairs.
Nice.
Actually 3.
Nice.
So like different parts of the house.
Yeah, I don't have safe rooms, but I have fallback areas where things are strategically placed.
Well, we have stuff. Yeah. So, but my husband was saying, if somebody breaks in, you will have time to get a gun. And I go, really? We got so many knives here. We just watched The Following. How many ways
throwing blades?
No, just stab them.
Well, sure. But that brings that person to you as well. So.
But they wouldn't think somebody would stab them.
Why not?
Because I'm a sweet grandmother.
Well, I agree with you. You know what? But I'm also not going to break into your house.
I know.
I'm
I'm just kidding. And it's not okay to kill people unjustly. They should.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Please don't write in that I'm a, knife killer. I've never heard.
your life must be an imminent threat.
Yes.
You can.
I fear for my life. I want him arrested now, even if he's decapitated. Remember that you say you want him arrested now. I have a concealed weapons permit.
If his head's gone.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Miranda rights aren't necessary.
I want him read because I don't want to get hauled into.
I'm thinking he's probably not going to make any spontaneous
But I'm
statements.
still fearing for. I've watched, Friday the 13th. I'm fearing for the safety of my life. There's not a stupidity clause. I want him arrested. I've been attorneys.
We got good attorneys. That's what counts.
So back to I know you're so much fun. Should we go to a break? Because we probably need some water because we've been laughing so
Oh yeah, I
much.
think I left mine out there.
Breathe, we need to breathe.
I'm good.
Nobody.
At the time you were arrested, you were served with a DS-367 temporary driver's license. It's good for 30 days, but if you don't act within 10 days, at the end of those 30 days, your license will be suspended. It's important for your lawyer to contact the DMV for you. Set up a driver's license administrative hearing so that your license does not go into suspension. That's something here at Braemar Law we do for you.
I choose Patriot Bail Bonds.
We choose Patriot Bail Bonds.
We choose Patriot Bail Bonds.
If the best criminal attorneys choose Patriot Bail Bonds, who would you choose?
Patriot Bail Bonds. We fight for your freedom.
Patriot Bail Bonds has the best customer service in Bakersfield. Patriot has more 5-star ratings than any bail company in Kern County. Plus, we're fast and affordable. If you run into the law, make Patriot Bail Bonds your first call. That's right, one call, that's all.
If you're in jail, call Patriot Bail.
Your home is perfect. Until it's not. We understand that life has its changes. As your family grows, we're here to help grow with you. Because taking care of your family is important to you and important to us. Your story starts here with Cornerstone Mortgage.
We had even more fun on the break. We learned a lot.
Tug of war here.
So going back to the districting, you want to run for city council.
Yes.
Is that correct?
I will run for city council in November.
Okay.
Actually, next month, but it will be for the November ballot.
And is that what you're going to court for right now?
For the voting district, yes. I filed a writ claim against the city with a law firm out of Sacramento. And they basically, what I had told them is what the city had done. The city implemented voting districts, which basically excluded me from running. And they put me in another councilman's district who wouldn't be up for another 2 more years. And plus, I don't want him off because he's a good guy.
Right.
So, that being said, I knew what they were doing until somebody actually substantiated it on Facebook, and she made a comment, "You're just mad because we put you in the same district with Ken Hecky and you can't run." This is an employee of City Hall, mind you.
Fired, perhaps?
No. This was their little internet warrior who goes out and does everything on the internet. And
would it be inappropriate to ask if they were white?
They are white.
Okay.
Yeah, they are white.
They're just speaking on you?
Well, yeah. But here's the
Because I know you've had some racism with your chief of police.
Oh yeah, well that's actually how I got fired. Was because we'll go to the districts here in a second.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I'll backtrack.
You're not racist. I just.
No, I mean we'll backtrack to that. Was Sergeant Paley, who was actually walked off from the Tehachapi Police Department and stressed out by Chief Kroger, went to grand jury and made a complaint about racism, hostile work environment, and sexual comments. And so he made these allegations, and they said, "Do you have anybody else?" And they said, "Yes." Yeah. So my name and 3 others came up. We all went and interviewed at different times, gave sworn statements to the grand jury. Absolute confidentiality is what the grand jury screams to you. Don't worry about this. We were walked in the back door and everything else. Nobody saw us even come in until they get to me. And Sergeant Paley also told them, in addition to those issues, they also owe Officer Graff $40,000 for back pay for being a canine handler, and they're refusing to pay him. So they asked me about that, and I said, yes, they are. They're just refusing to pay it. And they said, well, can you get any documentation to show us that? I said, I would love to, but they deleted everything in the system. So
why isn't this on 2020? This is crazy.
I know. Oh, it gets better. But so they deleted everything in the system, and I went down there. So what they did after my statement, I left the grand jury, and I'm standing there, mind you. I'm sitting in the lobby, front lobby, as the mail comes in, and the clerk opens, and it's a grand jury, a subpoena request, and the subpoena request says any and all documentation related to the Tehachapi Police Department Canine Program, policies and procedures, and employee handbook. Well, that right then and there put me in the seat of grand jury.
Right.
There are no other canine handlers in Eastern Kern County. That was it. I was done. You knew it was me, and 6 weeks later I was gone. So I was put at my desk. I was sat down. He wouldn't let me go out on patrol. Had me closing up these old return cases, and as soon as I closed up one 290 case of a sexual predator, I closed that up and submitted it. Then he called me into his office and told me to give me your badge and gun. All right.
You just thought he wanted to polish it
No,
because you hadn't done anything.
Yeah, well, yeah. He goes, give me your badge and gun. I said,
wow.
Are you sure? He goes, yep. I said, all right, there you go, man. Handed it to him. So.
Did they walk you out?
Yeah.
Like when you see on
no, there was just
Blue Bloods. There's like a big crew.
No, I mean, when I come inside the station, he'll have 2 or 3 of them standing there of the new guys.
Right.
But I would never hurt any of them.
Well, no, I mean it's silly. I don't know. I mean, you've worked with them all the time.
Yeah,
right?
those are still brothers and sisters. I don't care whether this guy is a ding dong or not.
You all bleed blue.
Sure, and I would never bring any harm to them, and I know they wouldn't to me either.
Right.
So I hold nothing absolutely against any of them. Now, Gregor's just a bad administrator, just a bad person overall. Horrible disposition. Just.
So how do you get him removed?
City council. He's an at-will administrator. So now we're back to voting districts. Long story, but we took a little circle there.
Yeah.
But now we're back to voting
I like
districts.
To spin.
There's your spin. But now we're back to voting districts, and then creating these voting districts, trying to block me out. I started researching the voting districts. How did we get here? Well, they said they had 2 complainants to structure these voting districts. So an attorney, Shaman out of Malibu, he came up and says, I got 2 complainants saying you guys are not racial equality is not here during your elections, and you guys need to develop districts. So we started researching it. Well, there are no complainants. One of them was Mary Zamudia, our past council person. She went on record at a city council meeting, said she's never even talked to this guy. So we actually started reaching the other guy through Public Information Act requests and bar complaints. Well, there isn't another person. So this was a completely fabricated writ claim against the city, and they paid this guy $30,000 out of a simple complaint.
Now, does the newspaper report any of this, or they want to stay?
Tehachapi newspaper is the city hall rag, is what I refer to it as. Yeah, they don't report on anything. As a matter of fact, this is kind of funny. Councilman Hecky and Councilman Wallstrom, they missed a meeting, and there was 2 meetings. They missed 2 meetings. They actually sent people. They sent police officers to Wallstrom's house one time. Why aren't you at the meeting? And then they sent the newspaper and one of the city hall puppets, Carl.
We have puppets?
Yeah. They sent them over to Councilman Hecky's hangar where he works. And then the newspaper reporter hits him up too. Wanted to do an article on it. Are you serious? Because
why would you send police there? I mean,
because they think they're trying to stalemate this appointment of Ed Grimes' seat.
Right.
They think that, and they're not. People get sick. People have businesses.
Yeah.
And the
people have lives.
Well, sure. And the one council person, Susan Wiggins, she sat there and rattled on. You can watch it on YouTube. She sat there and rattled on about how she didn't miss any meetings. And she was literally gone the meeting before. And I'm like, are you serious right now?
I'm really disappointed in politicians. Bakersfield's races were really ugly this year.
Well, and you know what? And I expect that with me. They're going to try to pull some shenanigans with me. But
I'm sure Brandon Martin can give you some advice.
Brandon's a good dude, and I like him. I really wish he would have came out on top because I know he has a Christian background. I know he has a lot of moral and ethical fiber to him, and I'd really like to see people like that. And that's what we're really lacking. And any of these political roles, criminal roles, as far as the court system and the district attorneys, I would have really liked to have seen that. But, we fell short in a couple avenues, him being one of them, and also, in my opinion, the district attorney position itself. I just don't. I think there's too much collusion going on there with your nephew and your aunt being the DA and your nephew's on the board of supervisors. There's too much collusion there. Too much can come of that.
Right.
And I don't like the way that turned out. But
now I like Cynthia Zimmer.
Yeah,
she's a very nice person.
It's not that she's not a bad person.
Yeah.
I talked to her myself. I just don't think
Yeah, and I like Scott Spillman.
Yeah. And
I like them both.
Yeah, I've never done any cases with Cynthia. I did a couple cases with Scott, but it was. I just don't like how close it was with Zach being involved.
Yeah.
With his aunt,
So Zach is Cynthia's
nephew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's what I didn't like, and that also kind of comes back to I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Tehachapi airport fraud investigation up there, where they fraudulently filled out applications to get a truck. And that case, was investigated for a year and a half.
And nothing came of it?
And here's the weird part. Nothing come of it, but nothing did only come of it. But when it came to nothing coming of it, it was during the trial phase. Wow.
That's why people call you guys the mountain people.
I've seen
some weird stuff happens up there.
Well, that weird stuff happened down here in Bakersfield. I've seen plenty of cases, but I have yet to see, except this one, be dismissed in the trial phase.
Wow.
That's unheard of. And
yeah,
there it is. So that little bit, I firmly in my heart of hearts, I think there was a little collusion there.
Yeah.
And you can't not help but think it.
Gus has.
Well, someone made a comment saying that Peter Graff for mayor. What do you think, Peter? You're gonna run for mayor of Tehachapi?
Eventually, yeah. It's a rotating seat. I'd rather see it be an election seat. But yeah, absolutely. Eventually I'll get there, but I got to earn my stripes just like everybody else there. No.
Trump didn't.
Well, that's also one seat.
Mix it up.
We don't need 5 presidents. Good Lord. Could you imagine that?
Well, some would say he might have quite a few personalities.
Well, I like him.
I love him. Yeah. I know. I have a Make America Great hat too.
A lot of people, they slam him, they condemn him.
It's because they're ignorant. They haven't done it. Honestly, they haven't done any research.
The ignorance, the irony.
Watch the news.
The irony of it is that they come after this man and scream racism for the same laws that have been in play for 40 and 50 and 60 years. He's just now implementing them.
And he's been with every single black celebrity and organization. Won awards.
They won his money. They wanted his money up until he started
So
running.
did Clinton.
And then the Democrat Party said, no, he's racist. Okay, we won't hang out with him no more. Well, if he was racist now, he had to have some inclination that he was then.
He's married to a minority. How can he be racist?
Well, minority because she's so dang beautiful. Is that?
Yeah, I think she's gorgeous. Can you believe they're so mean to her?
Oh, the media.
She looks. She rocked that yellow dress.
With the media, though, I hate to even participate in it. I watch our local, and obviously I'll watch Fox, but the rest of it is just, it's tainted. It's absolutely
Our local
tainted.
news is a little tainted too.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
I've been to some things that they should protest, and there's like 1,000 people for something, and there's 10 crazy looking people that are against it.
Yeah.
They film in on the crazy people, then they zoom down the line to show everybody.
Yeah. Well,
I saw that with
that's
all
where the
sorts
media's
of
buyers. That's where they come out. They're going to pick and choose who they want to have out there. And when you've got 1,000 good, MAGA people out there, Make America Great Again, they're going to find the drunkest, stupidest idiot standing out of the corner.
It's never...
who screamed Trump one time since he's been there in 4.5 hours. He woke up, and let's go interview that guy,
What's really funny is that, being in media, I'm so thankful that you came on my show. But if you're asked in the field if I ever walk up to people, it's usually not a good thing.
Why?
Because you're really going to be entertaining. We're gonna do a show. We're gonna do a show. I have a segment of what Trump said. So we're gonna actually take things that Trump said and say that Obama said it, and let all these people go, yeah. Then I'm gonna say, well, Trump. Well, said
actually,
it.
yeah, right. And that's how simpletons they are.
Yeah, if the media comes to you, it's because you look like an idiot, you're dumb, you're crazy looking. They don't interview normal people on the streets.
Well, no, that's not news.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, thank you for coming on my show. I wasn't reflecting upon you. But if I...
It only hurt a little bit. I'll cry when I leave. That's not a tear, that's sweat.
I'm sorry.
I'm sweating from my eyes.
I don't believe I'm bullying. I wasn't being mean.
No, that's all good.
Oh, you're making my eyes. Gus.
Yes.
It's Goose, but he's answering to Gus now. It's quite funny. You said
only,
we had to
only for you.
Because I'm his favorite. I'm the only one that brings him food.
Oh, well, that's good then. You gotta take it. Don't
Right,
bite
Goose?
the hand to people.
Right, Goose?
No comment.
He always says, you can't plead the fifth in here.
No comment.
So back with these voting districts here, how much time do we got on that?
Oh, we can take as long as you want.
Okay, well, I just want to make
Let's
sure.
talk about the voting districts.
Well, I just want to make sure we get down because I can derail easily. We can start making fun of stuff and having a good time and stuff, and I'll forget.
Do you cook?
I do cook.
See, we did it just like that.
Yeah, you know what I like? Actually, I love doing stuff with medium and large portobellos.
Oh.
And that's my new.
Sounds like a personal.
That's my new. That's my new kick, Lily. I see. You know what? I've lost I started at 266 and I'm down to 229. And it's just simple stuff like that.
Using the low carbs?
Yeah, well, no carbs.
No carbs.
No carbs, no sugar.
We'll talk later.
No alcohol, no nothing. It's, but it's,
well, that's good.
Once you're into it, it's a lot easier, So, I mean, the first part of it sucks, as with anything you're DTing, It's like you're going with the withdrawals, it shakes. And
I know.
But anyways, we've derailed.
So back to the voting districts. This is so important.
The voting districts here, we've been bumped out to July 25th at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, you were supposed to be there today.
On Arrow Court, correct, yeah. So the city, this was not the city bumping it out, this was an actual court bump out, but we've been bumped out twice others. Yeah, we've been bumped out twice, 2 other times, and that was because they're just stalling for time. That's all they have. That's their only game. Is to stall, and they figure this is their plan of attack is, and I know what it is because it's a chess game. I've been playing with these ding dongs for 6.5 years. Their chess play here is they want to stall this out until the application phase of council seats expire,
and then it's too late for you.
And then if they can get past August 9th, then that's a victory for them.
Yeah.
But hey, cat's out of the bag. I'm gonna go and apply next week. So
yeah. See
you at City Hall. I'll expect Krager and two of his cronies standing there.
Maybe I'll call and ask to do a ride along.
There it is. Yeah, go up there and do a ride along with the camera.
Yeah.
Gus Goose, you can sit in the back.
You know what? I've asked him to do a lot of stuff. He tells me no a lot. I hear no a lot.
Gus is busy.
How about Goose? Goose is free.
Goose is even busier.
Gus is busy. Goose sounds down. I think Goose wants to
Goose is down. I sent Goose a message. I go, I'm at the studio. Are you going to join me? No response. None.
She knows I'll do anything for a sandwich.
So we're trying to eat healthy. He had a chicken salad, a grilled chicken salad.
That's good.
No fries.
That was after I had Chinese buffet the night before.
But I didn't feed you that.
That's true.
Your lack of control got you there.
That's just good stuff.
Oh.
And where we go from here now?
You said you had some questions.
Did I have questions?
Yes, you did.
Questions. Other than Peter Graff for me. So
yes, my hair is darker. I got it colored.
Mine's still the same.
So did you have hair before you entered the police department?
No, I had 2 ex-wives took care of that.
So who do they...
Are you married now?
Yes, to my beautiful wife April. She's
3 times
actually met her in the academy.
Nice.
Yeah, but and it was all good until my old chief, who during that original stuff fired her. 1 day left on probation.
Well, we should explain that. 7 months pregnant.
7 months
working
pregnant.
for the probation.
No, Bear Valley Police.
Bear Valley
Police Department.
Those are some serious policemen.
And she...
Where's your pass? You can't get in here.
Right.
Well, I was just in here. Didn't you just see me?
Right. But they, 1 day left. 1 day left, and that guy...
fired her.
Terminated her.
Now, isn't that illegal?
Perhaps.
I thought that they could not terminate a person. She was on pregnancy.
Well, here's the criteria for probation.
gross?
Probation's at will.
Right.
But regardless of any at will circumstances, there still has to be some reason. And there always is. Especially a police officer, you're not making the muster, you're not doing reports properly, you're not doing this properly. There's so many things
you smile
to
too much.
bail somebody on. Yeah. But she was closing case after case after case. She was on desk duty because she was pregnant, and she was doing nothing but absolutely just being busy. I called her in 1 day before, and that dirtbag fired her just to get back at me.
Now, what is the recourse for all of this? Is there a recourse for the I don't want to say expulsions, but for the firings?
Well, for her, she didn't want to get involved in it. She didn't want to get into the drama of the suit and everything else. And I get it. And it frustrated me, but I get it. But she has a year. Yeah, you have 6 months and a year to do your federal or state filing for any type of wrongful termination. And all those statutes, they've expired. So there's nothing to do now. So she's moved on. She's got a pretty good little job out of the prison now. And, we were blessed with that, and blessed with my little boy, who's been...
And the blessing from not working, you get to what?
I get to raise him. And I'm so blessed with that. That's
how old is he?
He's 2.
And you didn't bring him either?
My little cash man. I was going to bring him, but
child or dog.
Last question. I thought the police officers were unionized, or what is it? Shouldn't your union have any recourse?
We are union, but see, Krager has a plan of attack, and it's actually very, very effective. You got to give credit where credit's due. But he, in these, you remember those little ridiculous allegations I gave you? Well, he actually has over 2,000 pieces of paper in my jacket, which is, there's homicide investigations don't even have that kind of stuff in it. But what he does is he gets paid, a union attorney gets paid one time. And it's anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 depending on the circumstances. Like when I got in my shooting, they paid Chris Gonzalez $2,500. He comes up, tells me not to say nothing until we get the disposition, and then I give my statement. It's pretty.
And you were exonerated.
Yeah, it's pretty, cut and close. So, but with this, when a union attorney gets this stuff now, they are blown away. They're like, well, wait a second, we can't defend this. Someone's already been paid on it. First off,
right?
So they went through 4 attorneys. 4 attorneys at the union, just simply because they saw that jacket and 2 other officers' investigations for negligent shooting at the station. But my jacket was just for the stuff they terminated me for. But they saw that and said, we can't do it. We can't do it. And I went through 4 attorneys that way.
But isn't that just again, we don't have common sense. Isn't that a waste of money to have a jacket that big?
Well, look what they paid for those private investigators. Those are all their narratives. Those are all their investigations.
So Tehachapi, so you understand, you lost $100,000 that could have been used towards the homeless,
everything,
veterans,
playgrounds,
tax relief, playgrounds, just to investigate you that really didn't do anything wrong.
No, I didn't take a report on a bicycle, and even if I haven't said it yet,
that was an expensive bicycle.
No, she even said it was $10. I asked her for a value of it.
No, I'm saying that was an expensive bicycle.
Oh yeah, for my career, sure.
Yes.
But I asked her, and even in the audio tapes that we got back from her interview, she even says in the audio, I didn't want a report, I just wanted extra patrol checks. And I was still terminated.
That's just unbelievable.
It's absolutely crazy.
Have you contacted your congressman,
No, I just, this is the way to go. Because this is the only way to go, is to get into council and just start cleaning things out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was truly an honor to have you on, and
Oh,
we were so honored. You're coming back?
Sure. Anytime. Yeah.
Today, just let Gus know ahead of time.
We're letting Goose know.
Okay, we'll let Goose know ahead of time too.
I was going to say, I won't talk to Gus, but Goose, I'll give Goose a call.
Gus is the bad one, so.
Just let me know who I'm talking to when I call you, though.
If you want to write him a ticket, it's Robert. How many tickets do you have?
To what?
To concerts, to not stopping at stop signs. What are we talking about here?
I would like to confess that I went through a yellow light in Stockdale, and it turned red, and it flashed. And
well, you shall get a picture then with a slip.
That's not constitutional.
No.
The only ticket I got today was for Skyscraper. That was it.
For what?
Skyscraper.
Oh, I want to go see that movie.
Oh, okay.
He does.
That's with
does a fascinating Dwayne
Johnson. Yeah.
Do you watch wrestling?
When I was younger, yeah. I mean, I know who Dwayne Johnson is.
Are you old now?
I am old.
How old are you?
I am older. 47 yesterday.
Wow, you're hitting dirty.
I know, right? Start ashing out here soon.
Well, I was going to say Goose has a great show, and I believe you're following us to talk about your show.
Yes, we're going to be talking about Skyscraper, a couple of other movies I saw, flipping through the channels, 500 Days of Summer, Quiet Place is coming out on DVD, Blu-ray. I want to talk about that. And then House of Cards is starting its 6th season without Kevin Spacey. And it's making an interesting little headway because I guess Robin Wright is going to be the president in that, and I actually thought
you just ruined it. You told us she's going to be the president?
Yeah, well, the trailer's already come out and it said that.
Well, I don't read that.
Not much of a tease. If they're gonna,
I know.
You've lost your game, okay?
Well, no, I'm interested because I thought Robin Wright's character was the first lady.
She is the first lady.
So I'm trying to figure out how she became president.
But she is actually the backbone. They sort of kind of made it like...
I haven't seen it, so...
Oh, it was dicey.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you watch Blue Bloods?
Sometimes.
That's good. Anyway, I'm sorry, but got spinning. So, yes, but she has a background politically, and she was going to run for Senate or something. Didn't she run for an office?
Sounds like Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Yeah, they loosely, yeah. And you know what? Thanks, Comey, because now we can't charge her with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another show.
So that's another
Skates
show.
on everything.
So could you come in and tell us how to get out of tickets? Drive well.
Obey the laws.
That was a good answer. See, I was seeing if you were...
Obey the laws.
Integrity.
And we'll talk off camera. No. Obey the laws. They're nice and easy.
Well, thank you. God bless. Have a wonderful
God
weekend.
bless you guys, man. It was awesome. And
it was.
Love to come back anytime you want. Just give me a holler.
Now, is it safe to go with you to like the beer and wine festivals? And...
Are you going?
Well, I usually don't go up there because I'm not a big drinker.
I just bought tickets.
But I mean, like nobody's gonna throw stuff at you. Or...
No. I got great support out there.
And I'll bring people with guns.
Matter of fact, that's essentially going to be a pre-support,
Okay.
So yeah, that's
I'll
great.
get in contact.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I bought my tickets the other day and get them and come on out. Have a great time.
Okay, well, it was a blessing again, and we're going to say goodbye before Goose throws something at us. Peace out.
All right, thank you. God bless.